How's it going, everyone? This is Trixx Meta Smash, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Pyra and Mythra versus Sonic matchup. And I'm going to format this video a little bit different from the other matchup videos. I feel like this might actually be a bit better for you guys. So my approach in this video is going to be showing you a game from earlier on in the session, and then we're actually going to cut to some self-coaching, which I don't know if you guys have ever done anything like that. It's also known as like theory crafting, but it's kind of interesting, my thought process and how I went over what I should be doing to win this matchup. It's going to be happening after this game, so you'll see how that all goes down. Then after I show you guys the results, once I honestly talk myself through what I should be doing better. But with that being said, let's get into this matchup right here, and I'm going to try and point out all the things that I did wrong as far as trying to fight this character at all. First things first though, I'm most definitely not going to be using Pyra pretty much at all. Pyra in this matchup for me is like Smash art for Shulk, where you literally turn into Pyra, go for one move, and then switch right back. I learned very quickly as well that when it comes to trying to get kills on this character, like, you are just not going off stage against Sonic as Mythra. I know other characters can kind of do it, but Mythra, you just don't have the kill power with your aerials, number one. You're never going to gimp Sonic, number two. If you try and go out there as Pyra and you happen to get reversed, you might as well just SD, because you're never making it back. For the most part, of course, with every single matchup, realistically, if you do want to just camp, you can try and win like that. But when you're fighting Sonic, that's his middle name as far as I know. I'm pretty sure it's Sonic Camp the Hedgehog. That's probably not true, but you get what I'm saying. Especially in Smash Ultimate, if you try and outcamp this character, there's literally no chance. It's just not happening. So you actually have to try and fight him in some way. Of course, Mythra has the speed, she has the disjoint, so she can be moderately successful with it. But you're either going to have to really outperform the Sonic player, or you're going to have to camp like it's your last day on Earth, really. One thing I think that I did really well early on in the session was I was catching a lot of his landings. You notice that I actually took him from, I think it was around 70 or 80% to at 160, then ultimately got that up smash, and I only took that 1% on my second stock, so it wasn't too bad. The majority of the kills throughout the session, at least for me, were coming from juggle situations. I don't think I got a single kill off stage. I got a couple smash attacks here and there if he made a genuine mistake. Even there, like, I happened to get a parry, I think it was on homing attack, and I couldn't really punish it. I could have gotten a nair, and later on in the session, I did try and get some nairs and stuff like that. It's a little bit of a punish, but really it's nothing that's too devastating or going to make him fear using homing attack right next to me. Also, you'll notice I'm trying my best to keep pretty well max distance away from him to genuinely camp him out and make him approach me. Although I only have like a 32 to 40% lead now after those hits, it's not really enough for me to feel like I'm comfortable where I can just push him into the corner and try and ledge trap him, or try and go for something a little bit more risky, because even if I get a strong hit at this percent, I'm not going to get a kill. Also, trying to ledge trap this character too, like with Mythra's hits, yeah, I can hit him away from the ledge a little bit here and there. I did get a decent amount of damage, but if I happen to mess up and he took me across the stage or hit me with spin dash, that was probably the worst thing that was happening. But other than that, he could just get past me for free, so I really did have to guess as to where he was going to go. I do happen to get a pretty decent F smash right there. I'm actually kind of sad that didn't kill, but of course Mythra, not the strongest character, obviously. But even then, like, he happens to get past me again, gets a little bit of damage, catching himself on the platform though, and then here we go back into the juggle situations. We already talked a little bit about how, at least for me, Mythra's juggle game is where she's going to shine in most matchups, but in this matchup specifically, if you can't juggle with this character, or if you struggle to land up smashes or keep somebody in the air, against Sonic, there's no chance. Also, that's heartbreaking right there that I died so easily. I was winning by a good margin as well, but that's one of those things. If you try and overextend even the tiniest bit, you're going to find yourself in trouble, and you really do have to camp until the bitter end. So I have him at a very, I guess, manageable kill percent right there. That was just bad reaction on my part. I could have had an F smash at least, if not a dash attack. I kind of let that one slip. But at this point as well, I'm just trying to not let this lead disappear. I've already been camping as long as I possibly have. Super lucky to have that SD happen. Realistically though, at that percent, it kind of is what it is. And even then, he is able to get a little bit more percent on me. You'll notice that I start to recover high as well, just because I'm trying to escape getting gimped like I did from the back throw earlier. Throughout the session, quite a few times I tried to go low, he'd either hit me with the spring as I tried to recover and I'd lose my jump, or something like this would happen and I'd lose my jump as well. So off stage, it was pretty much pure luck if I happen to survive. And right there, I was able to get past his edge guard, but the rest of the session, oh my god, the amount of times I just lost my jump at like 40% or 60%, even there I did happen to lose my jump, but thankfully I got past his second back air and I was able to make it back. And then right here is a costly mistake. I did try and get to the ground and shield, but then one spin dash into the back air, it's going to be lights out. Alright, we have returned. We're not quite finished yet. We're going to do a small break, get some food. I want to take this quick moment for my 2 viewers to talk to them and explain how 70 to 80, potentially 90% of what makes you a good or bad player, or even have good or bad results in Smash, is based on your mindset. And I say this, it's very important. It's the most important thing I'll ever say in my entire life. Because we have been playing this matchup for 4:30. So we've been playing this matchup for 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. It hasn't felt that long for me, but it's been 2.5 hours. And I have not been upset for a single second of this as far as, wow, I can't believe he's camping. And the reason why I'm not upset is because this is what I wanted to do. Right? I wanted to try and do this. The fact that I was being camped, I wasn't happy or mad. It just like that's just what it was. The amount of people that will get into a situation like that in the tournament, like I literally just played the Sonic matchup for 2.5 hours and I was totally fine. Most people won't even play the Sonic matchup for 2 games. 2 games and they're already like, yo, fuck. Of course, I lost the majority of the games. At the beginning, it was laggy, and I get that, and there's not money on the line or anything like that. I get all that. But in a setting where it's not laggy, and you get to play each other for real, and you kind of go into it expecting him to camp. I even told him, I was like, yo, you don't have to rush me down and try and style on me. Play as if it was tournament. And if you, I got timed out once, and it's totally fine. It's like, well, that's on me. It's not on him. He did what he was supposed to do. He did what I asked him to do, really. So it is all mindset, because it's like at the end of the day, if you go into it saying I just want to win and get it over with, because you don't want to fight someone who you think is going to play lame, and if they played you for real, since they're worse than you, you'll just beat them. So why don't they just give in and lose? That's the main mindset for a lot of people that don't like being camped, or they hate being camped. Because it's like, if you fought me for real, you wouldn't be able to. It's like, yeah, mindset's a lot more important than how much people think it is. Yeah, because like the thing is with mindset, your mindset is what dictates your options. You choose to do certain things based on your mindset. If you're just rushing to get things over with, you can see it in your gameplay. You're approaching more than you should. You're landing on shield more than you should. You're going for grabs or dash attacks or smash attacks more than you should, because you're just trying to catch them slipping luckily. It's like out of pure luck, I'm just going to go for an F smash at 70 and catch them with bad DI at the ledge or something. They'll just magically die. It's like, no, if they're willing to camp you, that shit's never going to happen. One thing I'm learning as well for Pyra, or Mythra more so, is that she has a really hard time covering people when they come in on a 45-degree angle. So whenever he would like jump at me and then bounce and then come in like high down, like down towards me on like a 45-degree angle, if I went for a dash attack or a forward tilt, I'd straight up just miss. So I had to just nair or up tilt to try and catch that. Even with smash, like S smash, I go for S smash and he will right over my head and we just miss each other. So it's like, all right, so if he's just missing me, and I'm just missing him because I'm using F smash or forward tilt or dash attack, like they just hit too low. I have to try and get up tilt into the mix a little bit more. The thing is with up tilt, and it happened in one of the games before, which really sucked, is I up tilted right in front of him and he just F smashed me. And if I had forward tilted then, I would have at least stopped him, right? So the main moves I have to try and get more of, more nair. Like nair works as far as catching him on platforms and just trying to catch him out of the air. If my nair is timed pretty decently, I also beat out his spin dash when he's trying to rush me down, so nair's good for that. Let me see. I'm just looking at the hitboxes right now for stuff. Up smash is working for catching landings pretty well. Nair, where's nair start? Behind? Yeah, it starts behind. So I have to do nair a little bit early. I have to nair early to actually catch him. Down air is borderline useless, just because I have to jump above him, and more often than not, he's above me. whether or not I'm juggling him or he's just approaching, he just comes in on that angle. So down is going to do nothing. Back air is okay. Up air also kind of does nothing. Like, it can catch him sometimes, but like I barely landed any up airs. Up tilt, nair, also the landing hitbox as well of nair can be useful sometimes. Yeah. Also, what's it called? Lightning Buster has iframes at the start of it, so if I just do it without charging it, it's a frame 9 move. If I don't charge it, it lasts for a decently long time. So if he actually commits to try and hit me, or even if he like comes up to me and then spin dashes and then comes in, I caught him a couple of times with that too. So the mental notes for me is, if I want to catch a landing, dash attack is fine, forward tilt is fine, but if I'm trying to approach, it has to be nair. If I'm trying to stop him from approaching, it has to be up tilt or nair. That's pretty much it. So it's nair, up tilt, dash attack. Like, the only time I really ever caught him with F smash is when he upbeat from recovery past the ledge to try and either hit me with neutral B or side B or back air. Besides that, I never really landed any F smashes. The other thing that he's getting away with a lot, which makes it very difficult to like, I know that you can't really punish anything on shield, like when he hits your shield, because he'll do a mix-up where he'll like go for neutral B into hit shield and then air dodge either left or right. Of course there's an aspect of reacting to it, which is totally fine. So it's like, okay, or the fact that you can't react to it, I should say, is because we're playing more so on like online. So if I was to guess which way he's going to go, I wouldn't even be able to use side B to catch him. I'd have to like, I might be able to use side B to catch him, because it depends. Because if he does the air dodge, he was typically doing air dodge away from me to cross me up, and then he was forward tilting to like get himself turned around, and also hitting me away if I tried to rush him down. So I could try and F smash there, or I could try and go for side B. However, if he air dodges and then shields, I'm giving him free money at that point. Like the only other, and yeah, the other thing I could try and do too is try and get foresight into the mix. But like, you even saw, like, I foresighted his fair. Whether or not I was ready for it or not, I couldn't do anything. Like, I couldn't even, I probably could have shielded. But it's like, well, if I could have shielded, then why'd I even get foresight? It's like, I couldn't up smash, couldn't up tilt. He's too high for me to jab. Even getting foresight on his spin dash too is just like, foresight on spin dash gets me a dash attack. Like, okay, at best, like an instant dash attack because he's gonna cross me up. If I get that, it's like, okay, sure, but like dash attack's not gonna kill till like 180. So I'm just talking to him too a little bit in Discord right now. So yeah, the main way I'm gonna get these kills is it's gonna be juggle situations. Yeah, multi-hit moves are good against foresight, but even like some moves you can foresight, and the move itself is just so short that even if you get like a foresight with a roll, it's not worth going for. You have to get a foresight with a spot dodge. And it's like, if you know anything about Sonic's F smash, it's like if you spot dodge too much, you're gonna get destroyed. Like his F smash, he just cranks back and then just destroys you, and it has a ton of range. It's like, bruh, not like this. But yeah, I think I have a plan. Because also another thing too is in the corner, I can't really pressure him like by hitting his shield, just because like a couple times I jumped in with either nair or fair, and if I actually hit his shield, more often than not, he's able to just jump at me with fair, or he can get a grab just because I don't have enough range. So in that case, like, okay, I either switch to Pyra or kind of just let him get off the ledge and I have to try and ledge trap him by catching his attempt to escape the corner. So it's not really a ledge trap, it's more like trying to gatekeep neutral. So yeah, it's more gatekeeping neutral, but if I try and catch him off the ledge, it's like he just gets on for free. And like that's the thing too, there's a couple times where I was getting up smashes at like 110% and it didn't kill. Like getting up smashed by 110. Of course it's Mythra and I get that, but it's like it didn't kill. So it's like taking him to a bigger stage so we can both run around and camp even more is just going to allow him to live even longer. It's like, okay, I take him to town and city, or if I take him to Kalos, it's like, I'm just going to die, or I'm not going to die, I'm just going to have him be alive forever. I honestly, I feel like if I take him to town or to Kalos, there's a possibility that he could live to like 250. Unless I get a smash attack. It has to be an F smash, or not smash at that case, but like, the fact that he just has so much room to run around. It's like, yeah, I have a lot of room to run around too, but I don't have anything that's -1 on shield. Spin dash is -1 on shield. So even if I parry it, that would make spin dash -4 on shield, which is still unpunishable. So it does nothing. Parrying that move does nothing. Unless I have a move that's like Game & Watch up B out of shield. That's pretty much it. Or like an up tilt that's like frame 5 or frame 4. Yeah, Kalos is outrageous, bro. And the other thing too is like, since Sonic is so good off stage, having spin dash, being able to use his jump or his up B in either order, right? Not going into free fall so he can throw out like 500 back airs or whatever he wants to do. It's like if I try and take him off stage as Mythra, even, I can just get hits. That's it. Forward air doesn't kill till like 160 at the ledge. And that's with like moderately bad DI, right? So it's like, okay, even getting an edge guard at 160, it's still not like shaving down the percent to where I can get a kill earlier, right? The earliest kills I'm ever going to get are either going to be like Lightning Buster at the ledge, F Smash, or Up Smash. Or I got to switch to Pyra. Yeah, and Spring too. Yeah, I was going to say the Spring is also a thing. Here's the thing too. I tried to use Foresight on the Spring, like when it's falling, like in neutral and stuff like that. When I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, so if I do that, even if it slows him down, he's so high up that I can't get there and do anything. So it doesn't really help. Like, I guess, end of the day, Foresight obviously is going to be better as a whole offline, where if somebody tries to do something to you, Foresight turns into a parry at that point. It might even be an easier parry to land, because it's active from frames 2 to 6, I'm pretty sure. So you have a 4-frame window instead of a 3-frame window, and it's not really a huge difference, but 4 frames, it's what, 25 or 33% increase, technically. So here we are now, after our break. We had about an hour-long break. I talked it over with myself, a little bit with the chat as well, and I came up with a solution, a lot of things I wasn't really doing to start off, and now you're seeing me trying to throw those nairs into the mix so much more just to try and box him out, and also if I want to approach, because before the forward tilts, the dash attacks, the F smashes, they weren't connecting. In a lot of cases, I was missing opportunities where I could be at least pushing the lead, even if it was very slightly. I wasn't getting a ton off of these nairs, but it was at least slowing him down and making him have to play a little bit more methodically. Also, that landing hitbox is a lifesaver in this matchup. But ultimately, I do try and simplify my overall playstyle. For the most part, I have been playing Mythra just kind of as a combo or a hit and run character, but I never really tried to wall out with Nair as much as I really needed to in this particular matchup. Against other characters, you kind of get to do what you want. If you want to go for a dash attack or a forward tilt or down tilt into up air or a up special, something like that, you can kind of just go ahead and do it. But the fact that Sonic can just get off the ground right in your face so fast, if you throw out the wrong hitbox as far as a down tilt or a forward tilt when it should have been an up tilt or vice versa, you just catch yourself taking a bunch of percent and potentially off stage, and also potentially losing your jump. So just taking all of that out, taking all the guesswork out and throwing out these nairs instead, a couple times you notice that he gets underneath me or right beside me like he did right there, and the nair just barely clips him. Of course, it's a disjointed move. Since I do want to use the front hitboxes of it as well, I'm throwing it out on the earlier side. So if he ever does happen to get close to me, I'm already well into my nair. And since the last hit does happen to send away, I don't really need a whole lot out of the nair other than to just try and slow him down and get him off of me. I'm not trying to get a combo started, it's just percent and trying to slow him down. Also, I want to mention as well, as far as that first kill that I got, notice that I got the F smash on his double jump onto the stage, or it might have been up special into back air onto the stage. That was the only F smash I've thrown out so far, and it was placed exactly where it had to be. I wasn't trying to get too wild with the F smashes. I don't think I threw out a single down smash, to be honest, either. I guess I could have in some cases, but it really is a pretty weak move. It's frame 8, but it just doesn't have the kill power, so if I'm going to be able to get any sort of kill move, I'm going to want to use either Lightning Buster for the damage, which is frame 9 uncharged, or I'm going to use F Smash to potentially get a kill. I also want to mention, this is kind of just a Sonic thing, but if he ever happens to land homing attack on the ground. You notice that he puts his hand on the ground and he's stuck there for quite some time. I did have time to run across the entire stage and get a dash attack. Although it's not the strongest move in the world, it's at least a free hit. So if you're even playing against Sonic as any character who has the ability to get there in time, you don't want to squander those opportunities, especially if it's going to either send them off stage or if you have a character that has a dash attack that might even kill, you gotta go for it. And like I also mentioned before, notice how often he's in that short hop range right in front of me. Whether he's using his spin dash right in front of me, bouncing off my shield, or retreating, he's always in that one spot. So I did happen to get a switch into Pyra, like I said before earlier in the video, switching like Smash Art for Shulk. I got an up smash with Pyra, then immediately switch back to Mythra to try and push my lead even further and keep my mobility. He did happen to catch me that time with the back air coming up from the ledge. He tried to go for it again right here. Wasn't able to do so. I jumped in with a pretty bad nair there, I can't even lie. At this percent as well, I'm kind of in trouble. I went for the back air right there. It could have been any aerial, but just to clank with the spring so I didn't lose my jump as well. That's something that you should definitely be doing if you have a character that has a pretty poor recovery. So let's say you're playing as Cloud and you don't have your limit, so you can't just go flying up as high as you want to with your recovery. Just clanking with the spring is super, super useful just so that you don't get cheesed at low percent. And just because of small interactions like that, I am still living out here at 183%. I do ultimately lose my stock very soon. I just get caught slipping a little bit right there. 191%, can't be mad at it at all. And now ultimately here we are on the last stock. You see the nair still coming out. I'm just trying to bat him away and slow him down as much as I possibly can. I got a nice up smash there, now getting myself a bit of a ledge trap. You see me throw out the blazing end just to try and stop him from doing a back air on stage or landing on stage for free. Not a lot of Pyra in this matchup though, but I'm throwing it out where it makes sense, just as far as stopping him from doing Sonic things, if that makes sense. Coming on stage very easily, using a spin dash to catch me off guard. So I switch into Pyra, and since he's kind of conditioned to just see Mythra right now, if I switch to Pyra, it's not guaranteed that you're going to see the blazing end come out, but when it does come out, it might catch him off guard and at least slow him down and make him hesitate to go for these riskier options to get on stage. But now we have Sonic at 139%, and disaster almost strikes right here. I almost lost my jump. I didn't actually jump there, I went for the back air to try and hit him away, but if he happened to snuff me out and send me off stage, I could have potentially lost the game right there. Thankfully was able to make it back on stage, throwing out the blazing ends with Pyra, able to catch him with a Pyra nair, great DI coming out, not quite dying yet, but then ultimately the blazing end, catching him slipping like I was trying to condition from earlier on. It ended up working out for me, and we take the game with the strategy. And with that, guys, that's going to be it for the video. As a total, I think this was about 4 hours of labbing with this guy. I wanted to say a huge shout out to Beef for playing with me and helping me work on the Sonic matchup. And once again, this is Trixx from Mythra saying thanks for watching the video.